The girl was very upset. She had been dumped because she wouldn't peg her boyfriend. And she was very upset about it. And this was on a Tuesday, I got this text message. And I thought, well, who wants pegging on a Monday, you know? I crashed my car because I was trying to text a friend saying, challenge complete, I'd given him an asthma attack. Yeah. and I actually went headfirst into another car while I was texting.
Welcome to Under the Sheets with me, Tatiana Ashbourne, and all my friends. Laugh about it. Give it to me, baby. Learn about it. Love it or hate it. Let's do it. Under the Sheets with Tatiana Ashbourne and friends. Welcome to Under the Sheets with Tatiana Ashbourne and friends, brought to you by Dirty Talk. I'm Tatiana Ashbourne, and this is my friend. This is Franki, everybody! Big applause. How are you feeling?
Great, I feel like this has been,
Long time coming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been asking me for a long time to come onto this show.
Yeah. I'm so excited to have you. This is a dream come true.
Really?
Yeah, to get you in my bed is everything I've ever wanted.
Well, you were in my dreams last night, weirdly.
Really?
I mean, it's just strange.
Okay, what did I do?
I'm just gonna... no, I'm joking.
So first of all, what did you bring that makes your bedroom your bedroom?
I'm just gonna whistle and see if she'll come running.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
Here you go. Oh, no, I can't even whistle. Come on. Here you go. Here. Come on. Yay! Hello. This is Luga.
And why does she make you... Oh, I know. Why does she make your bedroom your bedroom?
I never go to bed without her, so
Okay.
if someone doesn't like it, they can fuck off.
Yeah, and has she seen a lot in the bedroom?
It's like she's only little and she's
Yeah.
young. I don't want to she goes under the covers and she doesn't see much, so...
Oh, whilst you're...
I mean, she's been kicked out a few times off the bed, gone flying, but...
Yeah, has she ever got involved? Because some animals accidentally get involved.
But there was always a joke that, like, obviously your dogs prefer peanut butter or jam or something like that. But no, she'll go down the end of the bed and she stays there and she's like, covers her ears and eyes.
And this is going to be a big distraction the whole time, aren't you?
Oh no, she wait. I mean, come here. Here, come on, under. Come on, we're going to bed. Sleep. Come on. Come on. Off she goes. Oh no. Too many lights. There's not that many lights.
Oh my goodness. Okay, what does sex mean to you?
It's a combination of a hobby.
Okay. Has to be.
Extracurricular activities.
Of course.
And it's a closeness that you have to have. I find a connection, or you have to have some spark to I'm not one of those people who says you can just do it and there'll be nothing.
Yeah.
It has to be sort of an emotion there or an attraction.
So does that mean you believe in one night stands or not?
I believe that you can have one night stands because you feel that there may be a connection there. That's where you
Why
find
you
out.
have a one night stand? Okay.
Personally, had some, but was there that connection? No.
Yeah.
Because if there was, you would carry on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the first time you realised what sex was? Can you remember?
So I was horse mad, didn't look at myself as some kind of sex object.
Okay.
Just, I was one
and
of the
now
boys.
you do.
Yeah, now I'm like, God. No, even now, I would never describe anything that I am. No description of myself would be sexy or, seductive. That's just not, I've always looked at myself as trying to keep up with the boys and, I'll do what they can, but better. So I've never, and actually...
Wait, this is in the bedroom?
No, just
just
general. In general, I don't
keep up with the boys.
That. Yeah, no, but, I sort of sit there and think, I'm not sexy, I'm not.
Okay.
To me, it's more, if it's fun, if you're laughing, if someone can make you laugh, that is an attractive thing. And if you can laugh and joke in bed, and it gets a bit awkward and you laugh, it's easy.
Do you find yourself sexy now?
I still don't ever would think of myself as that.
Okay.
No, I think probably as you get older, you get more selfish and you think, I don't really give a crap about pleasing someone else. It's more about what you want.
Yeah.
But apparently that's an attractive quality.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So I didn't realise that being selfish is attractive.
Yeah. Do you have a good relationship with sex?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Maybe I think too much that that's a way of showing your feelings towards someone. But to me, that's how you show someone that that's a closeness, that's a commitment type thing, or I'm very interested in you, I really like you, I want to please you. That's more of a thing than I'm going to lie here just because this is what they want to do. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's more of it like she is right now.
She's ready. She's ready for it.
This is what I see also.
And tell me about your first time.
So
can you remember it?
Yes, I do remember it. So I thought it was so romantic at the time.
Okay.
You know, and then you look back and go, oh, that was so awful. I had been with someone for a couple of months and I was like, that's it, I'm going to marry him.
How old were you?
I was just before I turned 16, actually. Okay. So I was just 15 and I was like, that's it, I'm going to marry him. We're going to have a perfect life, get married, have babies, as everyone thinks at that age. And it was actually at a friend's farm and there was loads of us. We'd all gone for this midnight walk around the farm. I had no idea that this was the plan because I very much said, oh, okay, that's the plan. Let's like sort of do that. Yeah. And it was on a cross-country jump on a farm, which my friend still owned that farm. And it happened. And then I think 3 weeks afterwards, he decided he dumped me. And I remember crying, going, so sad. And I told my mum and I was like, I'm so sad, James has broken up with me. And I told my mum that and she was like, yeah, I mean...
it wasn't the end of the world.
15, nearly 16. Do you really think it was going to be forever, sort of thing? So obviously because there were witnesses in the vicinity that I'd obviously told at the time, every time I drive past that farm, someone will be like, oh, that's where you lost your virginity.
Now even more people will tell you that.
No, it's fine. It wasn't a farm around here.
And so how did you work out that that's where you were going to have sex? Was it a plan?
It wasn't planned. I'm not a planner in life. I think you can over-plan and then you expect too much. And actually, in fact, I was speaking to someone the other day who at 24 is still a virgin and she has overthought it for so many years that now she's sitting there going, oh, I have a cut-off date of when I can, decide. And I said, well, just stop thinking too much and enjoy living.
Definitely.
So that's where I believe that you can just, people can spend their lives going, I'm going to get married at 28 and then I'm going to have 2.4 children at 30 and have a house with a white picket fence. And that is the opposite of me. Okay,
opposite of you. And how come that's the opposite for you? Have you always thought that, or is that just... how life's happened for you?
I think that's how life has happened for me, but also there's probably a hereditary thing in that. My grandfather was very much like, do you know what? I'll go and do this job because this is exciting, or I'm going to move to New Zealand with my whole family, and I'm going to get on a boat and ship the whole family out there for 6 months. Yeah. And I think that's a slight hereditary thing of just go and do something that excites you. Yeah. Which is what I've been about, and I've never thought too much about planning everything.
That's good though. I like it. Yeah. Yeah. And do you think you're exciting in the bedroom?
I think that I would say so.
Okay, tell me more.
Sometimes panic that you think sometimes you can be too vanilla.
Yes. Yeah.
And when you have conversations about this with people, they say, when you've been in a relationship for however many years, you then explore other avenues. I think nowadays people explore those avenues very quickly. Okay.
And are you one of those people?
No, I don't think I am. I always thought I was quite vanilla and quite beige, actually. And then maybe over the last couple of years I've explored more things and gone, you know, maybe people have what is all this stuff that everyone's excited about and doing and things, or is that more a social media thing that people know more?
Yeah.
You know, if you look back
definitely.
40 years ago, people would have sex with the person they're with, and they'd get married to them, and then they'd probably have sex with their neighbour, and then it was an affair, and then they'd shoo it under the carpet a bit, and no one would speak about it. That was the most exciting things were. Now that people stay in long relationships, they explore their relationship and sex in that way rather than finding someone else.
Do you think sex has changed for the better or for the worse?
I think it's 50-50. There's definitely a debate on that. I think maybe people, because porn is more accessible, that is what people expect, what girls think that they need to be like. That they need to do anal every 5 seconds and that they need to have that arsehole.
Is that what you don't need to do?
I don't. I mean, no, darling, there's many other ways. You can keep them entertained. You know, having your arsehole bleached or having you know, boob job or blowjob lips and having filler in all of that.
What are blowjob lips?
So, you know, Angelina Jolie has these amazing lips.
Oh, okay.
So that's why girls now get filler.
I see.
So that they look like that, so people think that they are good at blowjobs. I have the theory that if you're good at blowjobs, you don't need that filler.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Okay. Well, in this sense, what is your blowjob technique?
Have you heard of the grapefruit technique?
I have. Yes. But tell everyone.
Okay, so there was a film. Did you see the film? It's called Girls Trip.
Oh, no, I haven't seen the film.
So it's all explained in that film.
Okay.
So Girls Trip, and she basically gets a grapefruit and cuts a hole out the middle and sticks it on a banana, and then she twists that while...
The dog's not happy, you're explaining it. Dog's not happy.
So he puts a grapefruit on, but I think you don't need to use a grapefruit, obviously, but it's a twist and downward motion with your mouth. And so I guess then the hot tour situation comes into that as well.
Wetter the better, or?
I think so. I think that's what they like.
Okay.
And they always like it if it sounds like you're choking.
Right. Okay.
Weird, I know, but you know, they just want to skull fuck you, I guess is the words that they would use.
Yeah. What do you say? Skull fuck?
Yeah.
That's so good. Yeah.
I think that's the word.
Are you a fan of the? Are you a fan of?
Is that a word that guys would use?
Please.
No, of course not. No.
My brother is a respectable man. Thank you very much.
You got any spare?
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that, but that again, I think comes from the accessibility of porn. Is that becomes a more normal thing, and whereas you would just, if you're not on the camera, if you were just, you know, with whoever you were with, and you would explore normal things, and whether you like it or whether you don't. But now I think it's more to an extreme of. You know, let's push these boundaries. This is a normal thing. That's, you know, I don't know. Yeah. Do anal until someone bleeds, or, you know.
Yeah. And so what is the weirdest thing you've done? Should we get the list out?
Sorry, let me get my scroll of parchment. It's just going to roll out on the floor. No, that's what I was saying, that I think I'm probably quite vanilla compared to a lot of people. A conversation recently about a couple that I knew. The girl was very upset. She had been dumped because she wouldn't peg her boyfriend.
Wow, yeah.
And she was very upset about it. And this was on a Tuesday, I got this text message. And I thought, well, who wants pegging on a Monday? You know, that's a bit extreme, isn't it? Is that the norm now? Is that what people do?
Not in my books.
No,
but, you know.
So there is extremes of these things, isn't there? So,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you like an arsehole?
No, I'm not a fan, and it took me a long time to even get to that of losing that V card.
Oh, as in up your ass?
Yeah,
right, okay,
no, very long time. You know, and I remember actually on the way to work with someone, a friend of mine, and I was so traumatised by it, the whole situation. I must have been 30, and I went, "I've just got to tell you something." I was like, "I lost that V card."
Oh my goodness, that's
like,
amazing.
What? Just like yesterday? And I was like, "Yes," and she was like, how have you waited this long? Like it was a norm.
Yeah.
But apparently that is.
So is that a conversation you have, or is it just, oh, it's up my arse?
Yeah, I think there was a meme that went around a little while ago about a sheep. There was a sheep, and it said, when you slip it up the wrong hole, and the sheep just went, bah! Like that. And I think I kind of recollect with that at that moment, and I was like, I see where
You see where that's coming from.
Yeah, that was a very, oh my God, that shouldn't have happened. Or is that what he wants to happen? You know, is that a norm thing?
What? How do you feel about eating ass?
So I find there are 50-50 on people that they go, oh my God, that makes me gay.
Yeah.
Or no, I really like it because I'm that, like, you know, I'm stable in my sexuality that I know that I'm not gay, but it just feels nice.
Yeah.
No hair. I mean, come on.
Okay.
They expect us to not have any.
Yeah, I get that.
So let's not, you know, vice versa.
Yeah.
Let's expect that.
Yeah.
Because
I just can't.
we don't need to floss with that shit.
But I just feel like you're so close to shit.
Yes. But do you like it when they do it to you?
Well.
And they are that close to yours. I mean, I know that I shit rainbows and get, you know, glitter, so it's fine. But, you know, sometimes you don't.
Yeah. When you're in the moment, I suppose. I don't know if I could ever do it.
Yeah. No, I was slightly like, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you really?
Yeah. I remember being
really?
shocked the first time it happened to me because I wasn't expecting it. And I was like, oh my God, what are you doing? Like, I obviously couldn't say that, but I was like, oh, hang on a second.
just for a second, keep going, and I'll tell you if I'm okay with it or not.
Yeah.
No, some people are obsessed with it. And I always questioned whether that was because it was naughty.
Yeah.
And whether it's because it was a naughty thing to do, because it was like, you know, inhibited sort of thing, or whether it's because they actually like doing it.
Yeah.
Or whether it's because they know that someone actually really enjoys it. And I think, well, who have you been with before?
Yeah.
Psychopaths, probably. But
yeah.
So I think, you know, go with whatever, you know, in the moment.
Yeah.
You know, you can regret it, but you can't
there's
not regret it.
post-nut clarity as well afterwards.
Exactly. So you
Start
can be like,
realising some
oh,
stuff.
yeah, probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Or, no, I'm glad I did that. Now I know whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
So that's where I sit on the whole.
Best sex, worst sex.
Come
on.
Worst sex. There were a few.
Oh, I want them all.
One, I not had a one-night stand, but there was obviously a slight connection with someone and, you know, hooked up. Then we thought, well, why don't we try and go on a date? So I went on a date and went for pizza. And the guy had prawns on his pizza, gone back to mine, didn't realise he was allergic to prawns. At which point we ended up in hospital with this guy needing, you know, full EpiPen nurse. Well, you know, we'd still tried. And I was like, this is just so awkward, you know.
Was he like blowing up?
Yeah. And I was like, I'm not sure if is he allergic to me? You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I didn't want to sit in the hospital with him for hours. So I was like, so I'm just
gonna go. Did you go?
Yeah. Yeah.
The poor boy.
I don't care. My sanity meant more to me. I've been like, I've got to go and bring someone and tell them about this.
Wait, and so next one?
Next one. A few occasions there's been when people have gone out on massive nights out.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And unless you're going to use freaking popsicle sticks with a bit of sellotape, stop trying to thumb it in. There's no point trying to shag a flump, is there? I mean, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just it. You just sit there and go,
yeah.
Do you know what? I don't cuddle. I'm not one of those people, but just smoke a fag and have a drink, and enjoy your company rather than trying to put too much pressure on yourself.
Do you think you're hornier when you drink?
No. No, I don't think so. I think I'm quite open when it comes to like those sorts of things.
Are you horny in general?
Yeah, I would say I've got quite a high sex drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you'll go through bouts of not needing it. But yeah, I would say compared to most girls, I probably do. I think I've had that comment quite a few times. That,
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
I've worn a few of them out. Mm-hmm. You know, I gave someone an asthma attack once.
Tell me more.
I crashed my car because I was trying to text a friend saying, challenge complete, I've given him an asthma attack. Yeah. and I actually went headfirst into another car while I was texting.
Oh no!
Yeah.
But forget about the car.
I was very upset. She had concussion.
Same
She
with
went
the
into
other
the
guy the
windscreen.
night before. What?
No, I left him at home trying to find an asthma pump at my mum's house. I'd driven to my mum's thinking my brother's got asthma. I'm sure there's an asthma pump flying around somewhere. So
Yeah.
I thought, I'll drive there. And then I had to ring him and be like, I've just crashed my car because I was texting a friend of mine saying about an asthma pump.
Just because you were at it for so long.
Well, no, I think I was just fast and good. Yeah. And I was like, yeah.
Are you? Yeah. How are
And
you?
he was younger than me as well. So I was like, I've got better stamina than him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favourite body of water?
What do you mean?
Like sea, lake, river.
For what?
Just generally. No, we'll get to it.
Okay. Well, I really like the ocean.
Okay.
I'm an ocean.
Describe it in 3 words.
I understand this now. Unpredictable,
Yes.
rough, slightly salty.
So apparently that's what you're like in bed.
Fantastic.
True?
Yes.
Unpredictable,
Yeah.
rough, and salty.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you find the taste of cum?
If you deep throat, you can't taste it.
Okay. So
Well,
how low do we go?
all the way.
All
No
the-
gag reflex.
How big is their penis? You've got a big mouth.
Very, very long neck is what I have. Actually, I'm like a swan. In that, and I will reference that movie again, Girls Trip.
Yeah.
I think it's in that one. I think it must be in that film.
Yeah.
But in it, she was saying about gag reflex.
Yeah.
So if you hold your nose
Yeah.
and then flick your forehead,
Okay.
it gets rid of your gag reflex.
This is such good sex education. I didn't get taught this in school.
So well, no, I was teaching people that when they were having to do COVID tests. So when you have to swab, I was like, just hold your nose for 3 seconds and then flick your forehead a couple of times. I was like, and then do it, and then you won't gag.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely worth a try.
Have you ever been with a woman?
No, I haven't.
Not even tried it?
No, but I went through a stage of going, I'm going to go to one of those, are we allowed to name sex group people?
Yeah.
Killing Kittens. I was a member of one of their parties.
What is that? It's a sex party.
Yeah,
Yes.
so they're
Okay.
all girl members,
Yeah.
and you're allowed to bring males with you, but they have to be accredited and said that they can, they have to be vetted and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they have them they hire out private mansion places, and it's a big sex orgy place.
Yeah.
And I was actually really interested in going just for people watching.
Yeah. So is that why you signed up for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be quite interesting to go and watch. And
Because
then
you've got a kink in it, or just generally you were fascinated?
just fascinated by
Yeah.
it, and actually just the psychology of it,
Yeah.
and watching couples go.
Yeah.
And finding out that side of how, there's lots of different, and then you look deeper into it and you can end up going on some very weird dark black web stuff and
Yeah.
finding that there's actually probably a house down the road that does it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it your house? You live literally
I
down
have
the
a red
road.
light.
And a very
it's
glass
on.
window. Yeah. Oh, you're that girl.
No. Pampas grass outside the house apparently that's
Wow.
that's the sign. But
Wow. Okay, and so tell me more about this.
so there's that one's that's female friendly. That's all about women wanting to go and explore those things. Then you have things like what's it called? Something garden, torture garden.
Okay.
Have you heard of torture garden?
No.
So it's very much bondage heavy.
Okay.
And they have parties in London all the time, and that is very kink orientated,
Yeah.
I guess. Again, I think you turn up as couples or females on your own, and those are just very how sweet she is. Sorry.
She's loving it, honestly.
Yeah, she is. And I think those ones are more, you can't turn up in just any old dress code. You have to dress in full.
Wow. And you've gone before?
No, I haven't, but I have many friends that have gone.
Yeah.
And they tell me all about it. And I was quite fascinated by it. And I said, I feel like I need to go and experience it. And I haven't gone and done it, actually.
Oh, can I come with you?
Yes, we should go.
I'm fascinated by it.
Yeah, no, definitely. A friend of mine
cool.
does them all the time.
Yeah.
She's actually a hostess at one of them as well. So.
Wow. But then you don't. You can just go and watch.
Yes, you have to be vetted. And again, you're allowed to join in.
Yeah.
You're welcome to join in. And people will come and ask you to join in, but you just have to know where your boundaries sit. And I think I was sort of seeing someone at the time when I was thinking about it, and they were like, I'm not sure if I'm okay with people coming up and touching you.
Yeah, well, I don't think I'd be.
Yeah, so, but then you sit there and go, well, you just go and see how, if you don't like it and it freaks you out, then you just leave. It's not the end of the world, but I can understand that it could probably put weird questions in relationships.
Oh, 100%.
So I was going to go with a friend.
Yeah.
Like a male friend who was very platonic and...
but you sleep with him?
No.
Oh, I thought I was going to catch you out.
No. Oh, God, no, you made me feel slightly queasy. But I thought, no, we're going to pretend we were.
Yeah, so you can get in.
And so we can go, and then I can just leave him there if he wants to do whatever he wants to do.
Wow.
Yeah, but there's loads of them. I think Club Hermione is another one.
Okay.
Yeah, I went quite deep in
really
Google and did a lot of research over them.
Yeah, I feel like you've got to try now.
Well, that's what I was going to do, and then I can't remember what happened, but my ADHD brain went somewhere else and just decided skipping was more fun at that moment.
Yeah.
So yeah.
When you're having sex, does your ADHD brain take you elsewhere?
Sometimes, yeah, it definitely does. And I can then start a conversation halfway through that I've been thinking about earlier.
Right, like what?
Anything. You're like, oh, what did you think of that food we ate earlier? And they're like, are you into this or not? And I'm like, yeah, I am, but I'm excited and having fun, so I'm thinking about something else that's making fun.
Yeah. Have you ever said the wrong name in bed?
Yeah.
Go on.
I'm not saying names.
No, but give me an example. It was literally like another person.
Yeah.
It was just
I do it quite a lot.
Someone that you had slept with already.
Yeah. And then they go, what did you say? And you go, babe. I said babe.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you pretend to be asleep.
Oh God, yeah.
That's better.
Pretend to be asleep.
Yeah, just be like, oh, I was sleeping. That is better than saying someone else's name.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Pretend to be asleep.
Yeah, just you'd be on top and snoring. You'd be like, oh, sorry, you were boring me. Try harder.
What is the formula to good sex?
I think either knowing what you want, and if someone's doing it wrong, say so.
Okay.
Because educating people is also, that's a good thing.
It's important, yeah.
I was with someone who thought they were amazing and was thinking about getting into porn. They thought they were that good. Wow. And I was like, whoa, let me teach you a few things.
Yeah.
And maybe a slight Mrs. Robinson here, but I was like, no.
Yeah, what was wrong?
Just rushing and, you just think, you don't even know where you're going.
Yeah.
If I got to show you full biology, like anatomy of what goes on down there, that might be what you've seen in porn, but that's not actually how it feels. So, and everyone's different as well. So you can spend years with one person who likes it in one certain way, and actually then the next person you're with,
likes
you're
it
like,
completely differently.
Oh, this is what someone's like for so long. Or they faked liking it and bought you. But, just actually ask them, do you like that or not? If you don't like it, then tell me what you like. Or you spend hours figuring it out, which is also fun.
Yeah.
But if you don't tell someone what you like and what's not nice.
Do you think you can be in a good relationship if one person likes one certain type of sex and you like the other? If
you're secure enough in your relationship and that is really important to that person, and you don't want to do that, you'll feel safe enough that you could turn around and go, if that's what you need, go and do that. And you know where I am. Yeah. No, you said I'm very much one of those people that goes, if you need to go and do those things, then, and I'm not okay with it, go do it. Yeah. You know, but don't bring it home. Don't shit on a doorstep as such. Wow. Okay. Have you been in an open relationship? Not on purpose. I think they have thought it was open. Oh. Yeah. But, you know, if someone had been honest about it, I would have been like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Honesty is a massive thing in it, though.
Oh, definitely.
Openness about what someone wants and what they don't want. I find people become quite insecure about things.
Yeah.
And that's when they need to find security from someone else, someone who's going to boost their ego. Actually, if they just said something,
Yeah.
then...
But then wouldn't that make you insecure in yourself if your partner's going to someone else?
No, because why would they still be there?
That's exactly the way I am.
Yeah. I think, you know, if you want something else, go... If you really want it. But then maybe that's the way that my brain works. I go, if I don't want something anymore, I'll just say it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't stay in a situation just for the sake of it.
No.
But I know that a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have always suggested to me that I should. And I'm like, that's just not in me. And I don't think that I could ever be like that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It does fascinate me that people can do that. And
Yeah.
I think, what are you missing from your life that you need that as well? And if they're not willing to talk about it, then you need to be able to do that.
Yeah. You're a horse person.
Yes.
You've got some horses.
Yes.
Have you ever had sex on a horse?
Not on a horse, no.
It'd be quite hard.
No, it wouldn't.
It wouldn't?
No.
Okay.
But I just don't know why
I'm surprised you
it's
haven't
dirt
had sex.
and just gross, and why would you want to just do that? I think I don't really like horses. They are a tool of a trade. It's a bit like a guitar. You know, they do, as long as they do the job, then they're
a bit like a man as well.
Yeah, basically. I mean, if they're no good, you just get a new one, right?
I love how no one laughed.
Because they're all thinking they was the right thing.
Because it's all men up there.
Yeah, and they're all going, oh, wow, is that what they really think about? Better buck up, I guess.
And you're a stunt woman for horses.
Yes.
That's what you specialise in.
Yes.
Have you had to be a stunt double in an intimate moment?
I've been asked, and I've turned it down.
Okay, why?
Once, those pictures are out there.
Yeah.
Or your body is out there.
Yeah.
You do not own the rights to any of that anymore.
Okay.
The same as if you send a picture to a guy.
Okay.
The minute you send that across any kind of database or any kind of... You don't own those pictures anymore.
And have you ever sent a nude?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you...
They know I'd kill them if they sent it to anyone else.
Yeah.
So,
we know how they died then. You've just admitted to it.
so you know that river at the bottom of yours? That's not sewage. That's
prime spot. Yeah. And have you had to work with an intimacy coach before? Or if for other stuff, not necessarily?
No, never done that. It's never crossed my mind to go and work in the sex industry at all. I have absolutely no problem. I think it should be legalised, to be honest with you. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
And I think... Is it boring you? I just think that it may be more regulated if it was, you know...
Would you pay for sex?
I thought about it at one point, actually.
Okay,
I did
why
think
is
about it because I didn't want any emotions involved in it, but felt I needed intimacy.
Yeah.
And I wasn't ready for, like, emotion. And I thought about it. In fact, I remember sending a voice note to a friend of mine I was in, it was like Bucharest in Romania, and I was like, do you think they have male gigolos here? And all I was thinking was Juice Bigelow, the film. And I was thinking, I just don't want to find someone like that because he's horrendous to look at. And, you know, it was a fleeting pass. That's probably that ADHD brain that you have a thought and you say it and you go, oh.
Yeah.
That's probably put someone off a lot.
And have you ever been paid for sex?
No, I have been offered it.
Okay.
On a number of occasions.
What made you turn it down?
I took the money and I ran. No, I didn't do it. No, I just think, for me, as I said, it's a connection. That you have to have some spark with someone. I don't think that I know lots of people that do it and they think about it, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
But I think...
Do you think you catch feelings quite quickly?
No. I'm the opposite of that. It's
Yeah.
not a feelings thing. It's, there's chemistry. You have to have a spark to want to do it. You have to be attracted to someone, whether it be by what they look like or whether it's, you know, their personality, charisma, anything like that can be a massive thing. But I'm just not a person who can... I've done it once and I felt horrendous going, I'm going to go find out if I'm over that person and coming back being, I'm definitely not.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But I'm quite strong-willed in going, I'm going to go and make that decision, and I'll make it. And
But then have you had a moment where you've slept with someone and thought, oh God, I didn't realise that that's what they looked like last night?
No, because I actually haven't had that many.
No,
I have tried to make sure that I see them in daylight. It's a lot of day drinking. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever really done that. Yeah, no, I think that's what I said to you. I feel like I've been quite vanilla, quite beige about it all, but I'm quite open to talk about it. And obviously, when you spend 12 hours a day with lots of different people on set, conversation does come up quite often, and you have those conversations. And I've always thought the pruder you act about those things, the more you blush. People will always go, "Oh, this is fun. We're going to try and embarrass someone." Whereas I've gone, well, I don't need to get embarrassed about it.
But you were saying earlier about how you tell your work friends something and your home friends that you have a completely different relationship of how open you are.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Purely because I think the people who live near home will know these people, and I don't want them to look at them differently. Like, I know everything about you. Whereas my work friends
don't know anyone.
They don't. Well, they do know them, but they just don't see them every day.
Yeah, or don't have an emotional connection or loyalty towards them.
Yeah, and they're not friends with them as well.
So. And around, obviously, so we live in a small village and towns around. It does everyone know each other, that it's all interlinked?
Everyone knows each other, and everyone's probably slept with each other somewhere down the line. So you can sit there and go, no, they've definitely crossed swords with that person, or dip their donut in there and everything else. You could, there's probably a massive, if you had a string line of, like, you know, when they do murder investigations, you could do that with everyone around here.
Wow.
And I've always just thought, I don't want to come, I work in an industry where it's very incestuous and that happens all the time. I don't want to come home to it.
Yeah.
So I've always tried to stay very much out of it. Although it doesn't mean that you haven't kept your name out of the papers, sort of thing, with, like, you know, people insinuating or thinking that you have. But I've always very much said, I just don't want to be involved. I want to come home and not think about those things. And my friendships here are, they're really important to me rather than, anything else, I guess. So, How do you feel about that? You know, like, local... Do you just find that?
I mean, I hear about it working in pubs in the area. I mean, it's constantly this, but you'll never guess what this person. You know, the gossip is through the roof.
Exactly, whether it's true or not.
Definitely something
you
that
get your name dragged through that.
Exactly.
You know, even if it's not true or not, you sit there and go, "Oh God, people are just."
And I definitely wouldn't want to be a part of it.
No.
But I'm also not a part of it. But that could be because of how old I am compared to most people around our area.
Basically, it's anyone between the age of 30 and 50. And
In the
RH7.
And 60 is what I'm going for. Hey, you sexy bunch. Thank you so much for your continued support on the Under the Sheets podcast. Did you know that only 10% of viewers actually subscribe to the show? It would be amazing if you could subscribe and do your thing, share it, to get the message out there and to educate more people. Thank you so much. Enjoy the show and keep talking dirty. Big love. Because you're a female stunt double, how are you treated in the industry? Is there any challenges?
Yeah, there is. There definitely is challenges. There still is that #MeToo situation.
Yeah.
And that still is about, and I've worked with many males to see that. I'm very fortunate in that I think a lot of males that I work with have respect for me, that they think either I'd kill them for doing that, or I've learned a happy balance of banter and you know when to walk away from something. Yeah. I struggle a lot of the time I watch girls come into the industry and try and sleep their way to a position of power. Yeah. And then I then don't feel sorry for people who go #MeToo. I've been harassed. And I think, well, you've put it out there. But people have also suggested and pressured me into something like that. And it's knowing the balance of going, this is a joke and we can have a laugh, and walking away from that situation before you have to turn around and go, fuck off. Yeah. No. And a few occasions that I can look back at and go, someone's gone, take one for the team.
Wow. Yeah.
And I've gone, are you joking?
Yeah.
Because I've been in the industry for long enough to know that I'm not going to take you seriously. But if there was someone who was younger than me, who didn't know and was naive, they may take you seriously and think, oh, they've told me to do it. So there's you also have to have common sense. There has been particular people that I've worked with that I know that have been sort of blacklisted from the industry now for saying comments to other members of a crew. And I've heard what they've said, and I could be like, and they've been fired for that. Do they know what they ever said to me? Do they know what they did to me? And you sit there and go, you have to have that.
Yeah.
Where is that line? But also get yourself out of a situation before you have to do that.
Yeah.
You know, I've had people say you get 3 ways on set. So it's so there's like 3 rooms, which are like, I don't know, you've got a bathroom, lounge, sort of sleeping area.
Yeah.
And I've been invited into some of those by high members of a crew. And they said, come into it. And you've gone, okay, not thinking anything of it. Because I would be like, I would invite anyone into mine because I don't think like that.
Yeah.
When you've had that door locked behind you and you've been like, okay, I'm now in this situation.
Yeah.
I don't want to cry rape.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try and be an adult and work my way out of this situation. So you learn to dance around a room, unlock that door and go, oh, I'm just going to go for a cigarette.
Yeah.
And step out the door so you're not in that room. Because there are many occasions that you would go, shit, I never thought that this was what was going on. I never thought that that's what you were thinking. I thought that we were genuinely like a platonic friendship.
Yeah.
And so you need to know where your exits are.
Yeah.
And you also need to know where you can join someone else into a conversation so you're not on your own.
And probably afterwards, there's some level of, well, was that going to happen? If I stayed in that room, was it going to end up like that?
Definitely would have.
Yeah.
And you know that, but that's years of experience.
Yeah.
And my mum has a degree in psychology. I grew up with people watching and analysing things.
Yeah.
And so you learn that. And I do feel sorry for a lot of girls who come into an industry being super naive.
Yeah.
But also learn from that.
Yeah.
And it's not like it hasn't been all over the press, all over the news.
Oh, I know.
So be aware.
Yeah.
And everyone gets caught up at some point and goes, oh, shit, I thought that this was just I thought this was a bantery friendship.
Yeah.
And you've taken it one step too far. I'm now going to walk away from that. But I don't want to ruin a work relationship.
Yeah.
So instead of standing there going, oh, my God, you tried to touch me, you just pull yourself out of that situation. But that's years of experience of doing that. And I'm very lucky I've never been caught in that situation. But I've also watched girls call that when it wasn't the case. And that drives me mad.
Yeah, I bet. Especially when you've experienced.
Yeah, and I think, it's just horrible to watch. And then I've watched guys being called up on saying that that's sexual harassment.
Yeah.
And I think that wasn't. They have no idea what sexual harassment is if they think that is what it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a fine line, and it takes a lot of experience to read that. But also never be afraid to say something to your colleagues, even if you think I'm just going to pull this up here. It was a situation over the last couple of years. Someone who worked alongside but was a co-worker in a situation, and very, very friendly, very complimentary, and then just took one thing too far. Maybe it's because I've worked in an industry for long enough that you just flag those things and you go, I'm not going to keep this to myself. I'm just going to mention it to someone else.
Yeah.
Whether it goes any further or not, or you go, maybe I'm just overlooking, like looking into things too far, but I'm just going to say it to someone before it becomes a thing. It may be nothing. It may be me overthinking it. And they can then go, okay, well, someone's flagged it.
Yeah.
But it is a tough industry to work in
100%. And
to read through all of that as well.
Yeah. Being a stunt woman, do you reckon that helps your chat and your small talk when it
Yeah, if you're on set with people that you go on a job and you're on a production for 3 months with 250 people.
Yeah.
You will go into depth about everything in your life.
Yeah.
And they become your family, they become everything in those 3 months. You may not see them for another 6 years. But in those 3 months, you could tell them anything.
Yeah.
I apparently have a knack of letting people open up and talk to me about anything.
That's so good.
So I have so many secrets about everyone.
But when you go out into the real world, I suppose.
Yeah.
And you say you're a stunt woman, do a lot of people?
I don't tell people.
You don't
because I wouldn't ever class I don't look at myself as a stunt woman.
Yeah.
I would say that I work in the film industry.
Yeah.
And people then ask, what do you do? And I go, well, do you know what? I work alongside the horse department and I specialise doing, as a female, I do all of the riding stunts and drive and carriage stunts. Stunt, because there's that whole, if you're on the stunt register, then you are a stunt. You're classed as a stunt person. I don't like ever using that term. But it is funny that you say that you do that, and then from that people go, oh, she's a stunt woman. And then stunt people get really funny about it because they've trained so hard. And I'm like, oh, I didn't say it. It's just what someone else has jumped to. Those are the words that are used for doing that. So I don't tend to tell people that that's what I do.
Okay. Because do you think it will benefit you in the bedroom if you did?
I think people probably think it does.
But you don't think it makes you more attractive or less attractive?
No, I think people then become fascinated by what you do and they want to ask how many questions.
True.
And I think then I turn around and go, and what do you do? And they go, I'm a bank manager. And you go, tumbleweed is going really far.
Have you ever had sex on a set?
Not on a set, no.
Oh, God.
No. I know many people that have.
Oh, Where do they do it?
So I was saying about three-way. So there's those horse boxes apparently are quite it's a big
popular
place.
Have you walked in on it?
No, I haven't actually. No. We stay away a lot, so you're in hotels a lot. So you know that I watch everyone start drinking. And then I sit there and go, oh, checking out, going to bed. And then you can lie in bed and you can literally hear hotel doors slamming.
Oh my goodness.
People swapping rooms and stuff like that. So it's really good to know which hotel rooms everyone's got beforehand. Because then you can literally sit there with like that bit of string. Go, oh, that one's gone to that one. Oh my God, there's 3 people in that room now.
That's so good. So good.
So...
you have a child.
Yes, I do.
What do you hope for your son when growing up in this world revolving around sex and relationships?
I have a really open conversation chat with him. I mean, I don't feel like he has the same with me. He's like, oh, Mum, that's so disgusting. Don't talk about stuff. But I've always hoped that he can talk to me about anything. And nowadays, I think they learn more at school as well.
Okay, that's good.
The only thing I've always said to him, which I think I said earlier, was just if girls send you pictures, which I only learned because I had to go to a school talk.
Right.
So his phone is in his dad's name. It's a contract. His name. If a girl in his year or year below sent a picture of herself to Josh, whether he asked for it or not, if that picture ever got caught on his dad's phone, his dad could get done for pornography, child pornography.
Wow. Yeah.
So I say to Josh, with all of your female friends that in your years, I always say, can you please say that the minute you send that picture, you don't own that. Anytime you put a picture on TikTok or, OnlyFans, under 16, that's not the thing. But, anytime you put a picture that is slightly provocative, you may not think anything of it now at the age of 15, 14. But those pictures are out there then for life. You can't get those back. You don't own the rights to those pictures anymore. So just make sure that if you're sending those pictures, you're prepared that they may come up in 20 years' time. So that's all I have always said to him, that if you get caught with, delete it if a girl sends you a picture, because A, if she's a year younger than you, you'll get done for it. B, it's in your dad's name, so he can get done for it, which I didn't know. The school told us that was a thing.
I can see why it is a thing. But
I never knew that.
You should.
I was in shock. I was like, oh my God.
It's crazy how many people don't know that, or the fact that children aren't educated on that.
Well, I think it's more parents that need to be educated on that, actually, because it wasn't a thing for me. And anyone older than me definitely wouldn't have known about that. So it's really important that the parents know that they can get done for child pornography if the phone's in their contract, in their name.
And have you started? I don't know how old your son is, but
he's just turned 16 last week.
Okay, so are you gonna start the birds and the bees?
He already knows.
Obviously, don't know what I'm talking about.
He already knows it. And I've always said to him, if you don't ever be scared to come to me for anything, I was like, but if you get a girl pregnant, I will take you out of my inheritance. I mean, it's pretty much a rule. So, I mean, I really can't talk because I had him young anyway. So I was only 18 when I had him.
Wow.
So if he got if you got someone pregnant or anything like that.
But I feel like you have more of a leg to stand on by having a problem with it because you had to deal with it yourself.
Well, no, because it wasn't that really, and I sort of sat there and I went, you know
'Cause
how
you
I
enjoyed
say,
it.
well, no, I sort of sat there and went, do you know what? I was adult enough to have sex, then I should have the responsibility to do that.
Yeah.
And I look back at girls at that age now, and I go, oh, who let me do that? Why would anyone do that? But I think I had a different mentality to a lot of them as well, and I was very much go with the flow. And I don't want to live on benefits. I don't want to do that. I have a career. I'm gonna carry on doing that. And I was very lucky that his dad is the most amazing human being on this planet, and I literally could worship the ground that he walks on.
Yeah.
And he always supported what I do for a career.
That's amazing.
And so, that's irritating. Sorry. Stop doing that. Stop. And just, manicure. Yeah. And she, and, he's always supported that. And so I've been able to.
Yeah.
I'll be cutting so that you can fill my glass up.
Top up your Prosecco. Jesus.
Yep.
But that's so good that
Amazing.
you've managed to have a good relationship with the father.
I came from a separated family as well, and I think my mum is the most amazing human being on this planet. And she said it was always really important for me and my brother to see that our parents got on, whether they got on or not, in front of us. And so we've always kept that was the most important thing for him.
That's
and
amazing. How was it telling your parents about the fact that you're pregnant?
So weirdly, this conversation came up the other day. I'd moved back in living with my mum. I'd just come back from working away, and I'd had to take my car for an MOT, and so she gave me a lift to work. And I was in tears, and she went, "If you and Ben have had an argument," she said, "I'm sure you'll sort it out." Anyway, I got out of the car. I lit a fag, and I went, "No, Mum, I'm pregnant." She went, "Just cut down on the drinking and smoking, and we'll chat later." Shut the door and drove off.
Oh my goodness.
That's what she said. And
I mean, amazing that she just said that.
Yeah,
right?
I think she was expecting worse, to be fair. So, you know, if I turned around and said, "I'm having triplets," she would have been like, "Oh, I'm going to drink another bottle of whiskey." But she was just, incredible. And she was just like, you know what, you're going to have them at some stage.
Wow.
Get it over and done with now.
Fair enough.
If you're going to have them with someone, have it with someone who you know that is going to be a good person and you can have a
Fair
relationship
enough.
with.
Yeah.
You know, and a friendship. Luga, stop. It's really irritating. Luga, enough. Yeah, and, you know, she is... Any of my friends that have ever fallen pregnant or, you know, too far gone, and everyone always comes to me and goes, "You've had a kid young. What do you think?" And I go, "Let's speak to my mother." And she just puts this sense of being like, "You're going to have him at some stage."
That's amazing.
Yeah. And all the girls that go, "I'm just waiting for the right man." She's like, "Why? You're going to have him. At the end of the day, you're going to be the one that's looking after them. So why are you relying on someone else to be there for that?" So
yeah,
you can do it. You can have a career. You can have kids now. So that's where I've gone. I'm not having ever having any more. My first one was perfect. Why would I ruin that?
Yeah, that's incredible. And we're going to go to audience questions now. What would be your perfect night with a new lover leading up to wild sex?
Okay, so I spend my life logistically planning everything. If someone came and grabbed hold of me, picked me up from my house, and not said, "We're going to do this," came and picked me up, and everything was organised. It was fun. It was exciting. I knew nothing was planned.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we have to be there at this time. We have to do this.
Yeah,
it just flowed.
Yeah.
That would be my perfect night.
You know what? Me too.
Yeah.
That would be great.
I hate planning.
Yeah.
I went away recently and it was a bit of a plan and logistic, like, right, I can't work on these days. I need to go and do this. I need to go and do that. By the time I got there, I was fucking knackered. I was fucking knackered, and I thought, I've put in so much effort for this, and I've had my hair and my makeup done, and I've thought about what I'm going to wear. I'm happiest in shorts, t-shirt, trainers. Yeah. Like the whole doing up and looking like an Essex bird is just not for me. I just think you're going to wake up in the morning and think, "Oh my God, that's not what she looked like last night."
Fair enough. Yeah. Who is your celebrity crush, and how would your perfect evening be with that crush pan out? Is it the same way?
No, I had a celebrity crush, and it was Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Until he did Magic Mike.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say until he did. What's the one about AIDS?
And that. They was all about the same time. All about the same time they were.
Yeah.
And I thought, no. Ever.
Really?
No, yeah. And I work with people that are celebrities. And my theory is they lie about who they are for a living. Do you really know who the real person is?
Oh, gosh. That's
So how would you know if that's a real person that you're...
Have you slept with a celebrity?
No.
Oh.
No.
Want to?
No.
No.
Turned them down.
Good on you. What's the most adventurous you've ever been in the bedroom?
I think I'm getting into my most adventurous period now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you excited about?
It's not that I'm excited about it. I just think I just go with the flow. It's not it's when you have those intrigue thoughts or something, instead of thinking about it and overthinking it, do you know what? If you're in the moment, just do it.
Yeah.
I don't...
But do you perform stunts in the bedroom?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think I've probably got high stamina and I'm quite flexible. So...
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, what's your favourite sex position?
And I said to you, that was the most anxiety question. I just don't know. All of them. Just do everything.
Yeah.
Just try everything.
Have you ever said absolutely not just to pegging, or just have you said...
No, I haven't said... Do you know what? The only thing I have always been like... Anal. I'm very much like... Holidays and high days. Or birthdays. I mean, it really, do you really want to have...
Surely not on your birthday, though.
No,
if you
not
don't
my
want
birthday.
That.
But, I sit there and go, do you just want... I look at... My fear is that one day you're going to end up and you're going to try and fart and you're going to try and pip off and you go brr, like that. It's not. It's going to be a... Because your butthole's going to be so stretched. It's just going to be like that. It's not even going to be a proper fart, is it? So that's where I sit there and go...
But wouldn't that be quite nice, though? Then you don't get the set off the noise of a fart.
No, but I think that's half of the thrill of, am I gonna? Or if you're in the car on your own, it's quite nice to know that you can, sort of thing. But the thought of it just, what if you, and then, that was meant to come out as well.
Yeah.
I think that, your pelvic floor muscles need to stay intact.
Yeah.
And that also needs to not be overstretched, your butthole. So that's where I sit on those things.
I can agree on that. Yeah. I can agree on it. What sort of things did you send your boyfriend off to do that you wouldn't do?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No. I do try and embarrass people quite a lot. Which, even sending a voice note when they're around people at work, and it would just be like you screaming, you'd be like, like that, doing that.
Funny, that's good.
I just do that all the time. It's just a really, but you love a finger up the butt randomly. That's what I'll say, and they'll listen to that voice note.
That's
so
really
anyone who gets a voice note from me goes, I get full anxiety over.
That's
I don't play it in front of anyone.
So good.
A friend of mine once went to open the doors to getting, room service, and they went, everyone loves a cheeky finger up the bum. It was my voice, obviously, which she pressed play as this waiter had come to the hotel door, and she was like, I was so mortified. I didn't know what to do. I just gave him 20 quid tip, just to, please don't tell anyone that's what came out of my phone.
That's so good.
Yeah, so I'm quite good at. I like doing that. That's quite fun.
That's so funny. Do you get horny riding a horse?
No.
Yeah, is that a myth?
Yes, I don't know. You get some old women who are very much divorced and probably they look like they're shagging a saddle. Do you know what I mean? If they're doing that, they're not riding properly.
Yeah.
So I just think. No, it's not. For me, it's just, work.
Yeah. What was the scenario when someone offered you money for sex?
Very drunk. Someone offered me, pulled out a wad of cash, actually. But it was a very weird situation that I was just like, no, you're really drunk and we're just walking down the road and I'm just going to push you in that bush and carry on walking. So that's what I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you for pushing him in the bush.
Yeah, I know. And I just walked off and I was like, I can't wait to tell my mum this story tomorrow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. How do you balance your work life / set work to work around your sex life? Have you ever had a locationship?
No. No, I haven't. There's many. I've always been like, don't shit where you eat.
Yeah. Literally as well.
Yeah. God, that would be awful. I think there is... Lots of people do. And it becomes lots of people go, I'm just going to do this away from my family and relationship at home.
Yeah.
And I've always just not been like that. I've turned a blind eye to it many times and gone, if that's what people want to do, go do it.
Yeah.
But no, I've just not been that person. And I have, after being married to someone in the industry, I decided that I'd never want to do that again.
Okay.
The industry is too hard as it is to juggle seeing each other or trying to logistically work out when you're going to see each other. That I think it's better to keep those things separate.
Yeah.
But also be completely honest about the type of people that you work with as well. I work with lots of people that aren't. The industry itself can be you're away a lot of the time, and people can be, they can go off and do whatever they want. I just actually chose to work with a lot of people that aren't like that and are very loyal, which is lovely, and it's great because I think the more you work around people that aren't like that and aren't loyal, you also get thrown in that same category. Yeah. And I've been thrown in it quite a few times, and no matter how many times you say that's not me, unless you have a very secure relationship, or one person is like, unless you have two people that are very secure, there's always becomes questions, and that's a horrible situation to be in.
But then is it because you said you don't, it's hard to have someone that works in the same industry as you. Surely it's also hard to have someone that works in a regular industry because your timings are still all over the place. Or...
Well, no, but if you find someone who works in a 9 to 5 and they're at home,
and when you're home,
you get home, you fit into their life and what goes on with them. And that bit of normality can be a really important thing. Yeah. If you don't have that, if two people work as hard as, if I worked as hard as I do and then someone else is under those same schedules, but they're on night shoots or day shoots, you could spend 3 months not seeing each other. Yeah. And where does 3 months after that, how does your relationship fit in? Then you go away on 2 different jobs for 3 months. How do, at the end of a year, you go, I don't even know this person. So I think it's I personally feel that having someone who's at home can be that home life thing. Having that home life thing, and I think I find it difficult because most people look at that as a woman's job to be at home, and men are away the whole time. And having someone who's as independent and as strong as I am, it can emasculate men, so they feel insecure. So then that's when they decide to have open relationships that I don't know about. Yeah. So.
Not naming names.
So I think that's a balance. I haven't quite found it yet, but when I do, I'll let you know. But as long as you can be secure and open and honest. Yeah. And if someone doesn't like something, just say something.
Yeah, definitely.
Whether you think it's going to hurt that person's feelings or not, I'm the first person to be like, oh, no.
Yeah, amazing. And lastly, you didn't answer, but what is the best sex you've had?
Do you know what? I enjoy sex. So I could say that there are many people that I've enjoyed having sex with. I wouldn't say there was a specific best time.
You close to sex addiction?
No, I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. But when you do it, enjoy it. Don't hold back. Whatever you like, go for it. Yeah. And don't sit there and go, oh, I want to make too much noise in case they worry about it. Yeah. Fucking break that bed, or have it in the shower, or do it on the floor. Do it in your garden. Do you know? Yeah. Do you know what is people going to say? They're just going to be jealous. Yeah. Oh, I get that. I just think enjoy it and don't worry too much about what the other person thinks.
Any last thoughts? Stories?
No, I could go very deep into lots and lots of stories, but I'm not going to do that.
There's got to be a part 2, I'm sure, at some point. At some point. I've got to say, you're amazing. You've done some incredible things.
No, I love this show, and I've got so many people that want to come on it for you.
But you live an amazing life, and you should be proud of who you are today.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. I've got you a mug for coming on the show.
Oh, fantastic.
If I can find it. I've learned to do the mug.
Can I just have this one?
Go.
Oh, amazing.
Special desktop one.
Yeah, love it. I now have 2.
Yeah, but thank you so much. This is Franki, everybody.
Okay.
Bye-bye. If you want to be part of the show, whether it's on bed or as an audience member, please go to www.dirtytalkofficial.com and click Get Involved. Can't wait to see ya! Laugh about it.
Give it to me, baby.
Learn about it. Love it or hate it. Let's do it. Under the Sheets with Tatiana Ashbourne and friends.